If you upload a video podcast to YouTube without an intro hook, you probably just lost more than half of your potential audience. But don't worry, we're going to give you the 5 steps to creating an engaging video hook for your podcast or any video content. If you look at any videos, even the ones with hundreds of thousands of views or more, there is a steep drop-off right after the first 20 to 30 seconds of that video. That's called retention rate, and YouTube follows that retention rate for all the videos. The better the retention rate of your videos, the more likely YouTube is going to show that video to potential viewers and encourage them to click on it. That's why you want to make sure your viewers are sticking around as long as possible watching your video content or podcast. That means you have to communicate the value and why someone should keep watching in the first 20 seconds of your video. If you're spending minutes just shooting the breeze or have some kind of long intro to your podcast, you've already lost people on YouTube. When someone clicks your video, you need to grab their attention, tell them why they should stick around, and tease the best parts of your content. So step 1, and you should figure this out even before you film your video, what is the hook? What is the first thing you're going to say when that viewer clicks the video? Like Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception, you need to get an idea in their head that they just have to know the answer. Maybe it's something like, this is how my channel grew to 1 million subscribers, or this is how I earned $100,000 a month. And it doesn't always have to be about big numbers. Whatever your topic or niche is for your video content, figure out those interesting questions that are going to appeal to a wide audience. If you cover photography content, maybe you want to start with, you're doing your ISO wrong. Or if you're in business and finance, say something like, here are trends happening in 2023 that you cannot miss. Whatever your audience or niche is, spur that curiosity, ask that question that someone will just have to know the answer to, and that's how you can hook your audience from the beginning. Step 2, don't bury the lead. And that's not L-E-A-D, that's L-E-D-E. This is like an old journalistic term. When they used to write newspapers, they would say, don't bury the lead. Don't put the most impressive or shocking information way down in the article, because most people don't make it there. Well, the same is true for YouTube today. Don't bury the most interesting or inspiring information for 20 to 30 minutes into your content. If you're talking about making $100,000 a month and you did it by selling a digital product, then say that right up at the top. I make $100,000 a month by selling this digital product. Here's how I did it. And then tease some of the most interesting facts and figures. Maybe it's a quote from a special guest, and then you can get into the more lengthy content later. Just imagine that little kid waving the newspaper around saying, extra, extra, read all about it, and then he would say the headline to encourage people to buy the newspaper. Well, you want people to buy the rest of your video. And by buy, I mean sticking around and actually watching the rest of your video content. So don't bury the lead. Tell them what it's about right at the top, even with the most impressive facts and figures. Step 3, if you have a special guest in your video content, don't put them at the very end or wait to show them to your audience. Put them right up at the top. If they had an impacting quote or something really inspiring to say, put it right in the intro. You don't have to include the whole thing, but do 5 or 10 seconds of some of their most engaging content in the intro. This way, when someone clicks on that video, they'll know, yes, I came here for this special guest and I'm going to see them in this video. And you'll Inception style get that idea or inspiring quote in their head, and they'll want to know more about it and stick around to watch later. Now, step 4, in your video hook, actually tell them what the value is for the viewer. What are they going to learn? Is this going to be inspiring? Are they going to laugh? Is it entertaining? Tell them what they're going to learn if they stick around and watch this entire video till the end. If it's business or finance, tell them they're going to learn all the steps to building this kind of business. If you're going to teach them how to use PowerPoint or Keynote in depth, tell them right in the intro. We're going to go step by step and you'll be able to create your own presentation by the end of this video. Finally, number 5, lead them into the full content of your video podcast. You've hooked them, you've told them the value proposition, you've shown any big guests and what they're going to learn at the end, and now encourage them to sit back, relax, and watch the rest of your video. But I also want to encourage you, don't say things like and subscribe, hit that bell icon in those first 20 or 30 seconds. Even as I was just saying that, you probably tuned out a little bit. Saying those kinds of things right at the beginning is something so many viewers already hear and see, and honestly, there's some fatigue about like and subscribe. So don't say those things at the beginning. Just reserve those first 20 and 30 seconds to hooking your audience, telling them the value, and leading them into your content. Now I'd love to show you an intro hook video from Jay Clouse. He's an amazing creator. He runs the Creator Science newsletter and YouTube channel and podcast, and he adds these kinds of hook intros to his video podcast on his YouTube channel. As you watch, see how he can incept ideas into your mind. He's playing clips from a special guest. He's giving some impressive facts and figures, and he leads you into the content. Check it out.
Today, we watch incredible performers who just make things look easy. But what is it that makes the great creators really break through? Is it luck? Hard work? Or are some creators just born with natural talent?
I think this concept of talent is wildly overrated.
That's Guy Raz. Guy Raz is an independent producer who has been described by the New York Times as one of the most popular podcasters in history.
Most people that you and I know have talent, actually. The difference between the people who become so-called great creators and those who may not is that maybe really what their talent is just a fierce pursuit of their craft.
He's a creator of the wildly successful podcast, How I Built This. So in this episode, you'll learn what Guy has learned from these great creators, the similarities between high-performing artists and high-performing entrepreneurs, the role that luck plays in success, and the trade-offs that come with having high ambition. And now, let's talk to Guy about the inspiration behind his new show, The Great Creators.
You can find a link to Jay's YouTube channel down in this video description. We encourage you to check it out. And what makes his video podcast great is he records with Riverside. When you record with Riverside, you get high quality video and audio from everyone that you're recording with remotely. You can download those video and audio tracks separately to edit later, or use the powerful Riverside editor. We have AI-powered transcriptions in over 100 languages, and you can edit your video content just by deleting sentences or phrases right there in the Riverside editor. You can now even add intro and outro, video or audio clips in the Riverside editor, and then export up to 4K video quality. If you'd like to learn more about Riverside, check out the video above or the ones in the description, and subscribe to the Riverside YouTube channel right here. We have lots of content helping you build a video podcast setup using AI to streamline your workflow, and a ton more. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next video.